Okay, so our second episode of One Punch Man is starting off with mainly a news report on TV that Saitama is watching, and it's just about a mass outbreak of mosquitoes that's happening all around Japan, I'm guessing. So all of a sudden, a mosquito actually starts to fly around Saitama while he's watering a cactus for some reason. So he's watering a cactus anyways, and a mosquito pops out of nowhere. He tries to hit it, but doesn't quite work the way he wants it to. I mean, he actually, from what I've seen, he hit it twice, but for some reason it didn't die. And then we actually see an actual swarm of mosquitoes actually fly through the city. And then we see a cyborg type person on top of a building, and he's mysterious, that's what I have to say. Okay, so after the opening, some guy walks out of a store saying, mosquitoes, whatever, not going to be much of a threat to me. And then comes the mosquitoes, of course, and of course they murder him. But then, all the mosquitoes are going into some orb thing in the air, and we see their queen. But then she comes across the cyborg type guy that we saw before the opening. This cyborg guy kind of puts two and two together and kind of says, oh, so clearly you're probably the one who's controlling all the mosquitoes, seeing that you're a mosquito queen and everything. And, he just kind of figures out that, yeah, I'm going to have to probably defeat you to get rid of all these mosquitoes. She sends all her mosquitoes after, the cyborg guy, but seeing that he's a cyborg, I don't think those mosquitoes are going to get any blood out of him. Of course, seeing he's a robot, he incinerates them with fire. Now, I guess the battle goes on, but we go back to Saitama, who I'm guessing is still struggling to get that mosquito. Anyways, we go back to the cyborg. By the way, the cyborg's name is Genos. Anyways, the cyborg guy and the mosquito queen lady is having an epic battle with Genos constantly trying to shoot fire at her. Mostly, I'm guessing that's the weakness of these mosquitoes. Speaking of effective, is there a mosquito Pokemon yet? Anyways, mosquito lady's too fast for Genos, and she actually rips off one of his arms. Sadly, she didn't think before she saw, but Genos actually took off her legs. Both of them, to be exact. So anyways, the mosquito lady escapes, and, cyborg guy is like, I'm still gonna go after you. But she says, she's in the air, she's like, humans might be hiding and everything, but next her target's just gonna be animals, So the mosquito lady summons not only the mosquitoes in town, but beyond, I'm guessing. And I guess she's powering up or whatever. So the cyborg guy says, well, it's time to put an end to this before our hero Saitama appears, trying to still kill that one mosquito with some bug spray. Mosquito lady causes an explosion of her mosquitoes and actually starts to destroy buildings and stuff until Genos says screw it and just explodes himself. Not actually explode himself, but I guess he destroys all the mosquitoes. Well, not only did I might as well just say his name. Not only did Genos, the cyborg guy, destroy the mosquitoes that were in the area, 500 meters of the area as he calculated, he destroyed the area of the city that he was in and the sites of his clothes. Okay. So the mosquito lady upgraded herself. She's now red and godlike. And now she's destroying already destroyed buildings. Her speed and power has risen, so she's giving Genos a hard time in this fight now. And now he's being half of his body, well, not half his body, the side, I think of his left side of his body has been slashed open and he's been pounded into the sky. Like I said, he's not having a good time in this fight anymore. To be honest, at this point, she's just playing with him. Genos explains that, the more blood she absorbs, the stronger she gets. Wow. He really knows how to put two and two together, unlike a lot of other anime characters. Genos was about to use his self-destruct system to defeat her, but thanks to One Punch Man here, he just kind of slapped her and she exploded. And boy, the Genos' jaw dropped. After that, Genos says, hey, what's your name? He just says Saitama. And then he was like, I want to be your disciple. And then Saitama said, okay. So anyways, Genos goes to Saitama's house and wants to train. Okay, so they're in the house talking and, talking about how Genos is actually it's a cyborg, half robot, half human. And Genos is like, hey, master, where's your robot parts? And after that, Genos kind of, I don't think he knows it, but he kind of made a bald joke. It said, isn't that a metal part on your head? And, One Punch Man took it seriously and said, hey, I'm bald. And Genos was like, well, you're a little young to be bald. And then Genos starts to go off on his own backstory. Basically, Genos' backstory is, he lived with his family peacefully inside of his own town until Cyborg destroyed it, and he was the only survivor. Until he came across a doctor who was a doctor or professor for justice named, I think it was Dr. Kusueno or something like that. Kuseno, something like that. And he, saw Genos and he was beaten down and hurt. So he said, hey, I'm going to turn you to a cyborg and turn Genos into what he is today. So Genos says that happened 4 years ago and he is now 19 years old and he's just going around town to town defeating all evil. That evil mosquito lady, for example. He's been trying to find that cyborg that destroyed his town, but, so far he has no clues, even after 4 years. And to be honest, Saitama doesn't really care. He's really just can't wait until he stops talking. Okay, I'm in the same place where One Punch Man is. Genos needs to shut up. He is talking too much. So One Punch Man just said, look, shut up and just describe everything in 20 words or less. With a serious face and a serious demeanor for once in his life, Saitama actually asks, Genos, how old are you? And he says 19 again. And then Saitama said, you might surpass me one day because I started training at 22 and I am now 25. Since you are you're younger than me from when I started training, you might surpass me. So he said he'll actually start teaching Genos. And then he asks, it won't be easy, and he asks, will you be able to handle it? Then Genos, going into pursuit mode or whatever, he actually senses that something is coming near, so he goes near the door and positions himself, even though it comes in the other side of the room near Saitama. And what else do you think is going to happen to that thing? It gets one punched. Genos knows that there's 2 more waiting outside, so he jumps out the building, only to find out that One Punch Man already took care of them. One Punch Man gets pulled underground and gets trapped, even though I know full well he's not trapped. Then a cyborg appears, a knight-looking one. And what else is going to happen when Genos starts to fight? Epic battle! One Punch Man gets approached by a giant lion king thing and some mole thing. It doesn't really matter because we're going to get one punched. Anyways, the lion monster is talking to him, but Saitama just gets tired and is about to sleep. The lion beast king thing says, I'm gonna teach you your place. I'm gonna rip your eyes right out of your sockets. And Saitama just kind of walks out, casually walks out the hole that he was in. Then Saitama says, okay, enough fooling around. Hey, can you guys pay for my door and my wall and stuff? This Beast King thing starts slashing at Saitama, and then it powers up, still failing to even hit him. And then he starts throwing these lightning speed slashes, again not even touching Saitama. So the mole guy not the mole guy, before that, the tiger guy gets gets multiple punches from One Punch Man. Of course, I think he already been defeated with one punch. He didn't need multiple to come at him. But anyways, the mole guy then runs away after seeing what happened to the Beast King guy. Tries to run away, but sadly One Punch Man finds him underground. And of course, one punches him. So anyways, we go back to the cyborg thing, which is actually a gorilla in a metal outfit thing. And it actually finds out that he's actually one of the 3 strongest whatevers in this whatever group that he's in, something evolution, something of evolution. And the second strongest was apparently the Beast King, who Saitama defeated in like a couple hits. So yeah, that was a thing. We found something new. And that was pretty much how the episode ended, pretty much.